Hi guys, what's up? I'm Mary Richardson, Rapid Transformational Therapy Practitioner. In this video, I'm going to talk about why you might be struggling to quit smoking. So whatever program you are currently using to quit smoking, maybe it's the patch, the gum, the nicotine lollipops, the nicotine toothpicks, uh, the acupuncture, hypnosis, whatever method you're using, at some point you have to realize you're going to need to put down the cigarettes. You're going to need to get rid of them, right? I'm not telling you to throw them away. I'm not telling you to do anything like that. What I'm saying is consider that at some point in every quit smoking program, you will need to get rid of the ashtrays and get rid of the cigarettes. I know it sounds really patronizing, and I do not mean it that way. I mean it with love. What I really want you to consider going into a quit smoking program is that at some point you have to get rid of the ashtrays, get rid of the cigarettes. And I think that trips people up because they think that, oh, they'll just taper down. Okay, great. But you're still going to be at a point sometime where you have to not buy any more cigarettes, not get any more cigarettes, not roll any more cigarettes, get rid of the ashtrays, get rid of the cigarettes. And until you're mentally willing to do that, you will struggle. You may struggle because mentally, unless you've thought that through, that nobody is going to do it for you. Not hypnosis, not the patch, not acupuncture. Nobody will quit smoking for you. It is your responsibility. We can all help you. We can support you. We can cheer you on, which is what I do. I have a quit smoking hypnosis program, which is phenomenal. However, it does also require that there is a point very quickly that you need to clean out the ashtrays, get rid of the ashtrays, get rid of the cigarettes. So if you're looking for an easy way to quit that won't require you to not buy any more cigarettes, it doesn't exist. You have to come to a realization that only you can get rid of your cigarettes and get rid of the ashtrays. And the people that are successful in my program are the ones that realize that they are willing to do this from the very first hypnosis session. They will not buy any more cigarettes. They will not give themselves an option to smoke. And those that want to try to taper down, to try to not follow the program, they struggle. And it's funny to me how they can act like the program failed them, which is really interesting because I can't force you to put away your cigarettes. I can't force you to not buy anymore. I can't force you to get rid of the ashtrays. Nobody can. That has to come from you. And as support of this, let me give you an example. If you want to lose weight, you can have all the people in the world cheering for you and helping you with nutrition, helping you with weight loss exercises, a life coach, someone telling you when you should work out, what kind of workout you should do. But at some point, it all comes down to you. You have to do the work. You have to do it, because even a trainer, they're not going to exercise for you. You have to do it. And you have to do it over and over and over and over again. And if you don't believe me, talk to someone else who's lost a lot of weight. I've never been in a position where I had to lose a lot of weight, but I've always had, 5, 10, 20 pounds where I wanted to lose it. And I know from experience that I'm the only one that can do it. And read stories about people who have lost weight, right? Or quit smoking. And they'll tell you that at some point, you have to be willing and ready to take that step And yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. Yes, it's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel different. It's not going to feel natural. It's going to feel uncomfortable. You have to be comfortable in the uncomfortableness and make that initial uncomfortableness a habit, a routine. It takes about 21 days to form a routine. And once you do that, that's when it starts to feel doable. It starts to feel more natural because your brain is now coming on board with, oh, I don't smoke anymore. Oh, or if it's weight loss, I don't eat that anymore, or I eat very little of that. But let's take quitting smoking. It takes 21 days to form a new habit. Yes, hypnosis can help tremendously. It's a little bit like going within yourself and turning off a switch, but it doesn't do it for you. I've heard stories where they still thought cigarettes were horrendous and nasty and tasted terrible, and they just forced themselves to keep smoking. Well, that's not a failure on hypnosis part. That is something that it's a choice that someone made, that they fought it and they kept smoking. So there's always a reason why you're smoking though. And let's get to that. There's an emotional reason why you're smoking. All addictions have it. It's a belief that you've tied to smoking. So you have to look at, well, what beliefs are there? Well, if you believe that it is making you calmer, well, it's really not true because you look at the facts and cigarettes are filled with stimulants. It's the opposite. It's just a belief you've tied to cigarettes. And I believe personally that it just gives you something to do when you're upset. It's a go-to, right? And yes, if you think about it, the only thing about cigarettes that calms you down is taking long, deep breaths. Because when you take a long, deep breath to inhale the cigarette, that can have a calming effect. It's not the cigarette, it's the breathing. So if you're struggling, consider just taking some long, deep breaths when you're experiencing a craving. Did you know that most cravings for cigarettes only last between 3 and 15 minutes? That's it. And it's really on the shorter side of that. 15 minutes is it's not usually that long. But if you can imagine yourself, there's all kinds of mental exercises you can do. You can imagine yourself going upstairs, up 5 flights of stairs, going down 5 flights of stairs, and then repeating it mentally. The idea when you're experiencing a craving is to distract yourself. But you have to be willing to do that. It's like exercising. Nobody loses weight without doing a workout of some kind, right? It might be swimming, whatever it is. But at some point, even if you have gastric band or a gastric sleeve, at some point, you'll have to go for a walk or do some sort of exercise. Follow your physician's orders. This is not a replacement for anything your doctor has told you. Whether you're quitting smoking, losing weight, whatever addiction you have, follow the experts that are helping you, follow their guides, their information. My point is that with quitting smoking, the reason why you have a fear that you might not be able to quit, it's a fear about yourself. It's a fear about your willingness to follow along when it gets tough. Because I guarantee you, when you quit smoking, no matter what program you're following, it will be tough at some point. It will be super challenging. You have to find ways to distract yourself and set in new habits. If you're not willing to do that, you're going to struggle. No amount of support is going to do it for you. So to just say, well, I'm still smoking. Well, okay. Did you put away the cigarettes? No, because you're still smoking. I know you didn't, because you're still smoking. So you didn't follow the program of putting the cigarettes away and not giving yourself an option to smoke. Until you're willing to do that, you will struggle. And that's a choice that you can make. It's totally your choice. So let's look at someone who's been smoke-free for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, whatever it is. Maybe there were 2 packs a day. The one thing they told you is at some point there was a quit date. At some point, they decided that was the last cigarette and they just didn't go back. And if you're listening to this and you're struggling right now, you're not willing to do that. Or at least up till this point, you weren't willing to do that. So in your mind, you need to set a quit date. So that's my best advice. I hope you have a good day. This was not meant to discourage you. It was meant to sort of tough love you into taking the next step, because the idea is always to keep you moving forward to quitting. So let's say you're in the right mental place. You want to quit. You know that you need to quit. Maybe you're a little type A personality, super hyper, always moving and nervous and anxious. Well, you got to look at those emotional needs too, because often after 3 days, nicotine is out of your body. So if you're craving nicotine after 3 days, it's usually an unmet emotional need. And that would be the next thing you need to look at. Why are your needs not being met? Do you not know how to do that? And if you don't, then we can all learn. We all have the ability to create new skills. So you can start learning those learning how to take care of our emotional needs, right? Because you came onto the planet as a baby, not caring about cigarettes. Somewhere along the line, you learned and taught yourself and then reinforced it that cigarettes give you something. But you came onto the planet as a non-smoker. So it's innate, it's natural to be a non-smoker. So really, this learned behavior that you have, you can unlearn it. You can, well, maybe not unlearn it, but you can let it go. But you have to make a conscious choice and be ready to do that. Lots of people I have helped have been willing to do that. They just don't give themselves an option to smoke, no cigarettes there, and they just move forward with their life. And I hope that's you. I hope that's you, and that you're willing to take that step. Be well. I'm Mary Kay Richardson. I'm a rapid transformational therapy practitioner. I help people get past the anxiety and the things that are holding them back in life. Be well, my friends.